About Thailand and being an expat and going over there as Americans.
Think it's amazing. I think this is what I think. This is actually what we're gonna do. I mentioned it in some of my personal videos, so it's out there. But we're gonna keep our residency in the United States, in particular the state we live in, for like residency. We'll keep our our citizenship and then our residency, and then the goal is in the next 2 years. Um, that we go over for probably we were thinking about 6 months at a time and basically coming here, working, going there, doing 6 months, kind of like a snowbird, what you would call it thing. Now, my family in particular, because I do have 3 children, um, it works out well for us because we homeschool. But it's also going to allow like Fanny and I to be able to explore different regions and different areas over a period of time with introducing the kids and the family to this. And then that way, when they're older and of age, when they're adults, we can figure out, okay, where do we really want to hunker down at, right? We visited multiple years of these different areas and regions and stuff. And I know places change, but that's our goal. Now, number one is you can absolutely use Bitcoin there. You'll be living like a king. Number one, even if you wanted to use USD, you're still living like a king. Okay. So I think that's a great way to look at it. I don't think that America like, I love my country, I think we all do, we're all patriots here, but I don't think that, like, America is, like, the place to be. Like, and then maybe just because 'cause we're Americans and we're saying that, right? We're pretty spoiled. We live in the best country, the strongest country in the world. But, um, there's more to life than just living, right? Here and just going and doing the 9 to 5 and being the NPC robot and going to work and then paying your taxes, your theft, your theft taxes and all that stuff, getting robbed. And there's just more to life than just doing the same thing over and over again. And so I think that's what we're trying to do. I'll speak for all of us. I think respectfully, all of us are trying to see that there's more in life. We have one life to live. We want to experience these things. We want to see things, and it's not just wake up, go to work, go to sleep. And I think at the end of the day, we're all soul searching in a positive way. We're all wanting to be the best us. We want to meet people. We want to see different ethnic groups, different food, different places. When you take a step back and you zoom out, as we say in Bitcoin, and you look at your life, which is time, right? It's the most valuable thing we have. And we're over here sitting, stack, 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 stacks, and that's great. But on the base layer of Bitcoin, beyond Bitcoin, on base layer below that, that's life. That's human life. And so I think that, and this isn't just to Southeast Asia. This can be anywhere anybody wants to go and visit. But I think what I really just want to say to everybody, to people in general, and particularly Bitcoiners, and if you're here in this chat and you're not saying anything and you're into fiat, you too, is that life is short. We only have one life and we need to live it to its maximum potential. And I know that's so cliche, but Bitcoin has given us the ability to be able to look at things in life a whole lot different than what we did before. Right? I didn't look at taxes as a bad thing. I was like, "Oh, I pay my taxes, like, this is what you do. I go to work and I pay my taxes and it's whatever." Like, seriously, like, that's how it was. Like, I was just so ignorant and that's fine. It's just unfortunate that but Bitcoin was the saving graft from financial freedom to understanding you actually do really have sovereignty, to understanding that, you're gonna be it all starts with you. It's the best version of you. Bitcoin makes you wanna be a better version of you. It makes you wanna eat healthier, it makes you wanna be cleaner, it makes you wanna to create community, it makes you wanna I mean, you can go down the list. And the thing is like, during the journey of transitioning or going to Thailand or as an expat, stacking Bitcoin, this is the kind of this whole process, this transfer, you would call it. I think it's important that we keep it sustainable in a way where it's like, we wanna buy, we wanna grow, we have the journey, and then we have the destination. So there's this whole growth process that comes along with it too. So it's just a really beautiful thing.
Agreed.
I wanna just ask you a couple questions there, Anthony. So
Yeah,
you're gonna keep your residency in, Idaho.
correct.
What is the state income tax like there? Is it a tax-free state?
No, no, no. We get charged income tax.
You do have income tax in your state. I
Yeah,
think my plan is actually to move one state over into South Dakota and get residency there. And I think I'm because you get no income tax in that state, so that's Minnesota is 6%. That's not nothing. So
yeah.
as an American, I don't know if you guys know this, but no matter where you make your income in the world, you still have to pay back Uncle Sam. Unlike Canadians, where if you make the income outside of the Canada in that case, they don't pay taxes back to the crown. Um,
So
I think
does South Dakota, make that exempt then, essentially?
yeah, there is no state income tax in South Dakota.
Okay,
There is no
okay.
capital gains tax in South Dakota either. So anytime you sell like your Bitcoin, you wouldn't have to pay that. You'd pay your federal, obviously, but outside of that, you don't. They only have a sales tax. I know a lot of states have that, like Texas, Florida,
Mhm.
South Dakota. South Dakota makes it even easier if you live out of the country. You don't even have to own property. There's like these services out in Sioux Falls, and I'm sure there's some in Pierre. That's yeah, Pierre. And you rent a mailbox, and they give you an address as long as you get like a South Dakota driver's license. That's your that's
That's
your
your residency.
residency. You just have to stay 1 day a month, 1 day a year in the South Dakota to keep it. So I don't know,
Wow.